spending $4,000 on kids' clothes. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. We're going to look at a bit of a fun article. This is from the parenting section of The Sun. A mother who spends $4,000, or the equivalent of $4,000, on kids' clothes. Now, I don't understand. I mean, think about it. I've got 5 kids. We'll have one more. There's no way each one of them are getting that much. Come on. I mean, we get half of them. It goes through several children. It's how you save money. $4,000. I don't know. This doesn't make sense. So he's not spoiled. Bullshit. He's not spoiled. I spent £2,000 on back-to-back school clothes for my son, 10. He'll only ever wear designer labels, and even has £40 socks. £40 socks. Obviously, she's trying. Maybe he's doing modeling work. That would have to be the reason, wouldn't it? That has to be it. She's using this to make some money for him as a career. It couldn't be someone just doing it for the sake of it. Although it is the UK. As kids gear up for going back to school, parents scout supermarkets to find deals on uniforms. There was a uniform here in Australia, like I think Kmart, you could get them for like $1. Literally these clothes that go, came made overseas, of course. That's one of the advantages of doing homeschool distance ed. We don't have to worry about any of that uniform rubbish. None of it. It's great. So Aldi's offers a top-to-toe package for just £4.50. Okay. Asda sells school polos for around £1.25. Look at how cheap clothes are in the UK, everyone. Okay, $1.25. She's spending thousands of dollars. Oh boy. Come on. So, but for some kids, off-the-rack clothes won't wash. I think this has got nothing to do with the kid. This has to have everything to do with the mother. Doris Russell has spent almost £2,000 on flashy school gear for son Charlie, 10, who loves high-end designers such as Tommy Hilfiger and Cotton Candy, as well as sports brands Nike and Adidas. Now, a 10-year-old boy, are you meant to know about any of this shit? Any of the names of the brands and things? I wasn't cool. I know that's shocking to you all. I didn't keep up to it when I was a kid. When I was 10, I'd be more interested in what games I could play on my Nintendo, or toys. Or we'd be running around playing army as kids, or sport. Not who wore the latest clothes. And in Victoria, where I grew up, we didn't have school uniforms. So everyone could wear whatever they wanted. I think the one brand I had was Sweat Hog. Is that still cool, everyone? So, her biggest uniform buys were a Tommy Hilfiger coat for £120 and Charlie's Nike Air Force One black school shoes costing £120. Nike Phantom football boots that are back £60 and his Calvin Klein underwear a staggering £80. He's going to grow out of it anyway. He's 10. He hasn't even entered puberty yet. Why would you spend so much? White school shirts were £60. Black trousers, £60. Doris, 34, a foster carer and mum of 2 from Wimborne, Dorset, says Charlie, who is modelled. There we go. There we go. That's what it is. This is just a bit of outrage bait from The Sun to get some attention for a young kid that has a modelling career. So, all of that would be tax deductible, wouldn't it? Because it's his business. So, he's got even more image conscious lately, refusing to wear regular PE kit. Oh, so wait, is he... Oh, no. Is he becoming a pretentious prat at school? Oh, oh, boy. Also, mum to Freddie, 6, Doris says, looking down during lockdown, Charlie spent every day wearing designer gear, and getting him out of it has been harder than ever. He won't wear approved shorts for PE and only likes Adidas ones that are $34.99 each. And he wears £20 Nike t-shirts instead of cheaper ones the other kids wear. He wanted specialist Nike trainers for PE costing £70. See, this is when you say no. This is when a parent is just being too permissive. This is when you say no and put your foot down and you take these shit clothes off him and you make him wear porous stuff so he learns to not be so pretentious. To me, this is sounding like bad parenting. This seems she's making a mistake. She's going to learn a hard lesson. Even his socks cost a lot. He wears Adidas for PE. Oh, wow. Come on. I'm lucky my other sons, like Primac, don't care what he wears. It's a huge relief. Still no mention of the dad. Her lavish spending will shock many parents struggling to afford basic school uniforms. A report by the Children's Society estimates that more than 1.1 million kids live in families that have cut back their spending on food and other basics to pay for uniforms. And 68% of parents are worried about paying for back-to-school items. I mean, it can add up, everyone. It can get expensive, all the stuff that you need. And we've only had one term of it, guys. But Doris is happy to buy Charlie's fancy clothes, saying it's a reward for his hard work. He's not spoiled, he's well-mannered, hard-working, and happens to love designer dressing. Ever since he was a toddler, he always wanted to look good. It's a fight for me to get time in front of the mirror sometimes. Isn't vanity frowned upon? Isn't it one of the sins? Being vain? Oh boy, come on. What happened? A toddler wanted to look. I'm just thinking my toddlers, they're outside covered in mud from head to toe. I spent thousands, not just on uniforms, but on a mobile phone, computers, and clothes to wear to after-school parties. He developed his love for designer gear as he's been modeling since the age of 5. He gets a lot of clothes gifted to him by designers he does catwalk shows for, so he got obsessed. He competes against other boys in pageants. He's a pageant king and appears in TV commercials. We're filming one for a building society this weekend. Yeah, so this is his career. Doris saves up and buys what Charlie asks for rather than spending on herself. She says, I can't remember the last time I bought a new outfit for myself. She earns £25,000 a year, while her husband, Daniel, 41, is a border officer, earns £30,000. Okay, so the dad's still around. Shit, Dad, come on. What's going on? Why is the father letting this? Why is he being so permissive? Am I just so old-fashioned? I guess he's probably just letting the wife do it. You know, it'll be fine. You know what? It must be the kid is making enough money to pay for this stuff. And they're doing this article. It's going to get a bit of entertainment. You know, we can get all outraged about it, but he's going to get more work for it. That's what it'll be. It's about building publicity. This is all about branding. So Doris says, if I have to buy something, it's cheap. I'm quite low maintenance and haven't been to a hairdresser in 12 months. Charlie goes to the barber every 4 weeks. It cost me £16. He'll only let one person cut his hair. I'm happy to make the sacrifice. I work hard, and it's up to me how I spend my money. The other moms are always lovely. I've never had negative comments. It's no one else's business. Dad Daniel says, I'm impressed by his style. As long as he's happy with what he does and wears, that's important. Yeah, I mean, okay. The kid's making money doing this. So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I mean, this is the son. I know. I wanted to read this as something a bit different here, so we're not just talking about the bloody Rona all the time. The latest figures from the Department of Education reveal the average cost of a primary school uniform is £192 for boys, $201 for girls. In secondary school, it's $231 and $239 for boys and girls. But the sum is a drop in the ocean for mum of two, Rebecca, 4C52, whose youngest son, Jude, wears £120 Armani shoes to school. I guess. I mean, I went to a public school. We had to wear a uniform. Everyone looked like crap. Rachel says this year he's had a new school blazer costing £50. Tommy Hilfiger winter coat reduced. Well, here is an all North coat. You know, all the Dan Andrews look. That's what we're all going for. We also bought in Champion socks. Oh, come on. Wow, how much are we... How long is this article going for? I mean, that's enough, guys. That's enough. I can't go through any more of these details. I mean, this is what it is. You know, oh, they're selling stuff when they don't want it. Cool. I mean, look stylish. Go for it. If you have the money, you want to spend it. I'd rather you invest it in dividend-producing shares. Well, what's the takeaway to this, guys? What's the takeaway? This is obviously people who are doing it as a career, hopefully. But, I mean, do you have to be so obsessed with it at that young age? And we're talking normal people here, not earning excessive amounts of money. is it best to spend the money like that in clothing or to invest in something else? Maybe that's just my different perspective. What do you think, everyone? Let me know in the comments below, because I can't relate to this, honestly. The only clothes that designer clothes Rachel would want our children to wear are stuff that she designs herself and makes. Literally, I went over and got my coffee filled up, and today she's sitting there designing air hostess hats for the girls that they have to make for their recital at the end of the year for dance. So, okay, spend £120 on a jacket, I guess. See, here's the thing. My age, fine. I'm if any, I'm just going to get smaller and die. I'm old. I don't, adults, it makes a lot of sense. Puberty, it makes sense when you're through that. But when you're young, you're going to grow out of everything. Let me know your thoughts and takes on this one in the comments down below, everyone. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. And am I just an old fuddy-duddy that's too not hip and cool with it anymore? That's probably it. If you want to support the channel, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon, sign up for SelfWealth or Stake, use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy our merch from HeiseSays, handmade pocket squares, probably cheaper than Tommy Hilfiger. Also, you can use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint or PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.